Hello and welcome back. A bit of a chaotic turnaround here, but we're back with the US versus Argentina. I believe we missed the first race. Thankfully, we had a disconnect on the second race, so we're not too far behind. And I believe we're just about to come into the second.
Yeah, absolutely. So we did see, as you can see in the draft, first race was Baron. That was an Argentina pick, and they won by 7 points. So it looks like a good pick for them as they get a decent start here. So we are going into Slide Coliseum now, which is a big boy Zoomy track. And we have a lot of Zoomy players on both sides. So definitely give the Pulsewood favor to USA here. But we'll see how this match goes as we are starting the first match here.
It looks
Alright.
decently synced enough.
Yeah, so we're seeing, looks like no one actually went super wide for double Wampa here. Most people going either fast or mid. Rare getting a little bit of a break. Atomic's right on top of him though, so the two of them are going to be battling it out for first here. Depends who wins this encounter here. Rare with the TNT, Atomic with the shield. This isn't looking good for Rare. Rare gets taken out there. And we are seeing a mask come through here by whoever the Crash is. So the Crash is... Well, they've changed characters. It's Awesome, I believe. Alright, so we are seeing... looks like first, third by Argentina, though it looks like we've got a Coco pulse winning here. That would be Bang. Does mess up the pulse with there, though. Looks like both Argentinians in fourth and third get taken out there. Rare dodges the orb, so we're going to see him take out Atomic with a combo there. Megumi coming up with Pulsewood all the way up into second, probably going to be taking first from Rare here and just running away. And that's exactly what we see. So we see a really strong turnaround from America there. They've gone from having losing positions right away to going to having pretty decent spots. They now have a +7, I believe, right now with these positions. Dre comboing a mask into Sacred Fire, which on this track is really, really helpful because that makes you go faster than everyone else naturally if they hold it. Atomic getting taken out in third place here. Bang with a shield now as he swaps into third. It looks like a bomb, I think. Was that from Bros? Taking out Atomic there. I didn't see who shot that. Bros with another bomb on Atomic there. Atomic falling right behind as Bros comes right up onto third place here, but has to be wary as he pulsewids because he does see that third place has a shield. So we see top two for USA. Pretty decent lead here. Not out of pulsewood range, but they are definitely having a sizable lead from literally anything else. So we do see Bang get away from Bros here. Looks like he's actually gotten a third place engine. So here we go. We do see the Pulsewood. Is Rare going to get an item to stop him here? Gets a missile, and the missile doesn't hit him. That's unfortunate for Rare. He tried for the no lock-on. Barely missed there. So is Bang going to be able to get past Megumi here? Is Megumi going to be able to hold the first? Looks like no. Looks like Bang doesn't actually hold the Pulsewood further. So he does just sit there with the second, which is understandable. But Megumi is slowing down to hit him. Does get the hit. Is Rare going to be able to pass up into second? Doesn't look like it here. Tries for the shield snipe and barely misses. So we see the top three have now finished. First USA, second Argentina, third USA. We'll see what happens past this. Looks like Fede is going to be securing fourth with Bros very close behind. Awesome barely following it up there with sixth. Not Mexic, they're just both Antons. I always get that mixed up. We see that Dre, the Mexic Anton Simp, barely beating out Atomic there with a last minute pass, beating Atomic by about 2 frames.
Bless you, Rare, for that freeze frame on the scores there. You know, looking out for us, I'm sure. Totally.
Yeah, he knows what we're about. So we will just input these scores for you and we'll see how they're looking now. I believe that was a win for USA by 5. So pretty much resetting the scores. So we will be seeing a small lead, roughly 2 points. Yes, a 2-point lead currently for USA. For Argentina, sorry. My brain is turned off. 2-point lead for Argentina as it's a very close matchup so far. These teams historically have raced quite a few times against each other. And both teams have won, so this could go either way. All right,
Absolutely.
Rare has just confirmed with me that these are the correct scores. I did have to snip race 1 scores really quickly, so I thought I messed them up, but we do have the correct scores here. 2-point lead. We are loading into Dingo Canyon, which I am completely unsurprised that USA have picked. Many people who know him know that Rare loves this track, and he loves to claim that Dingo Canyon is free. So we'll see if he can get his classic breakaway here and get his first. He wins this track an obscene amount of the time. Like, he definitely has very good consistent lines for races here, and just in general, I mean, of course, Rare is a great player, but he really knows Dingo Canyon. He doesn't know the pulse width here, as far as I know, or at least not to the extent of, people like Mayan, like we just saw in the Germany match. But every other aspect of Dingo Canyon, I really feel like Rare has down pat. So we'll see how this race goes here.
USA definitely a strong team. I believe, was it the last World Cup? They actually, they were second overall, weren't they?
Yes, they made it to finals, only losing to Italy out there in the finals, who won the World Cup.
And it's largely the same roster, so, not much reason to expect otherwise.
Yeah, so we'll see how the start of this race goes here. Looks like we are seeing Atomic getting taken out here. Rare, as usual. Oh no, Dingo Canyon isn't free. He got taken out. He does combo bang, though. Looks like he does give Megumi the breakaway, though. A lot of people dying as Fede came through with a mask there. Rare didn't hold fire as he had to try and recover. Megumi getting the back bomb on Fede, though, so it looks like USA is going to be holding top 2 here. Megumi with a sizable lead. Rare actually has a decent break as well. I believe that's Fede in 3rd place. Has a little gap on his competition there, especially since 4th place is a teammate. Megumi with an early shield. So we see that Dre's trying to mask through Bang and his other teammate there. Looks like he does take Bang out there, but misses the item crate because of the like 4 squishes he just bounced there. So we'll see if that matters, but it doesn't look like the Crash, who I think is Awesome, doesn't actually get an item to hit him there. Alright, Awesome getting taken out instead, it looks like. So we're going to be seeing a slight separation here. Top 3, pretty far away from everyone else and each other. Megumi with the massive break here. I believe they still have a shield. Rare in 2nd place. They're looking pretty comfortable as well, though he's not shielded up here. Looks like Fede's doing his best to catch up here. Rare's going to be trying to get the bomb hits on, or maybe trapping the shortcuts to hit him. Not working so far. Dre in 4th with a shield. We are seeing, I believe, Atomic in 5th place with an engine here. Don't know if he'll do the pulse wood or not. Then the bottom 3 looks like Bros actually got taken out by Awesome, who comes up into 6th. But no, looks like Bros and Awesome trade as Awesome turns around to get fire back. So bit of chaos in the bottom 3 now. Atomic hitting a Nitro, but he is pretty far away. Looks like he's not going to be caught up to by anyone but his teammate. Megumi actually lapping Bros at this point with, I think, Awesome in the back with Bros there. So we'll see who wins this battle of bottom 2 here. That's really the only position change we're going to be seeing at this stage, because we do see that top 2 near each other are the same team. 3, 3rd place Argentina is far away from Dre in 4th. 5th, 6th for Argentina are grouped together, as we see 7th, 8th, which is 1 from each team, are close together there. Looks like Awesome wins the encounter though, hits Bros, but Bros is on top of him still, so it might have only been a squish. We'll see which of the bottom 2 actually comes out on top here. Unfortunately, we don't have a POV from these 2. Bros gets the pass on Awesome here. Looking like it's an incredibly close pass though. Bros actually getting taken out again as Awesome gets the pass. They're just going back and forth. It's like musical chairs. And we do see that Awesome manages to hold on to 7th there. So we saw some really good movement by USA in the top positions there. We saw Megumi and Rare getting their breakaway with some really nice item plays there, but it is also commendable that Awesome manages to hold Bros back in that fierce exchange in the back there, which, yes, he only managed to get that single point from Bros, whereas the top two, of course, is a much bigger point lead. But that's still like that 1 point. We have seen matches where 1 point can make a difference. So you're wanting to get all the points you can get. So as much as, yes, it's only 1 point, you're preventing them from getting more than a +7 here, which is what I believe they got. I believe this is a +7. This is where we need Dre. He's memorized pretty much every score, so he just knows what gives you what points. But we see I was wrong. It looks like it was a +9.
+7
I was close.
overall.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I promise.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we'll swap these. So we do see it's a... now USA is leading for the first time in the war. And as you said, it's a 7-point lead for USA at the moment.
As you said from the very beginning.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Absolutely intended.
I believe you majored in mathematics, right?
Oh, absolutely. I majored in 3rd grade mathematics.
Yeah. Well, that's the important kind.
Mm-hmm. We are going into 2 Argentinian picks. They're going to be going into Crash Cove and then Crash Cove but nighttime. So I'm curious that I always find it amusing because everyone knows that Bros is like the Pulsewood aficionado, the Pulsewood connoisseur, if you will. And so whenever we've seen teams play against USA, they'll be like, oh, Bros is playing. Like, they don't want to be picking those tracks. So it's really ballsy of Argentina to just go, you know what? I don't care if we're facing a strong Pulsewood lineup. We want a Pulsewood on Inferno Island, but daytime. So we do see there was a disconnect again. So I don't know what host this is, but it doesn't look like someone's internet is agreeing with it. I do know Megumi is prone to starting lobbies fast, so that could be the issue. But we will see, as I think Dre got disconnected there. So yeah, we didn't get much of a chance to talk about the draft because we jumped into this really quickly. But now that we're having time to rebuild the lobby and load back, we do have a little bit of time to just examine the draft, at least a little bit here. We do see... we've seen our first 3 tracks, of course, Baron, Slide, Dingo. I'm not surprised by any of those picks. I think they're all pretty standard for these teams. As I said, I did comment on the Cove Inferno. I think... ballsy picks by Argentina, but I do love it. They're very fun tracks to watch, and I don't think Argentina are out of it on either track, of course. It's just very interesting to see a team actually picking Pulsewood heavy tracks against USA, who a lot of people do consider to be a very strong Pulsewood team. Like, using SE Pulsewood, I should clarify. Moving past that into the second half, Tiger Temple by Argentina. That's a track that I could see going either way. Usually we've been seeing Tiger Temple picked because one of the most recent discoveries, it wasn't that recent, it was probably like 2 months ago, was the fact that you can actually do what I like to call the content cut. I don't know if other people call it that, but basically you can ride up a wall, and instead of taking the shortcut, which is banned in competitive because of latency, you can just ride up a wall and basically go over the shortcut, effectively taking it. So you can gain a lot of time if you know how to do that cut, and we've been seeing it picked in the World Cup when teams have gone, okay, the other team can't do the lap 1 Pulsewood in the grass, which is a great breakaway, and they can't do content cut. This is really good for us. But in this matchup, both teams can do both. So this is a match that can go either way in that race. And I feel like that on most of these tracks. Like I said, these 2 teams have a history. They know how each other play. They've won. Both teams have won multiple times. Both teams have incredibly good players. So like we're seeing with the scores right now, it's only a 7-point difference. We can definitely see this go either way.
Absolutely. And not to mention, Team USA definitely has some notorious players, to say the least.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Bro's famous for basically pioneering, Pulse Squid. Not originally starting it, but basically, evolving it.
Absolutely.
Dre or Americ Anton for his ridiculous item plays. And Megumi just for being one of the best to ever pick up the game. It's incredible.
And Rare with his 1,000 shields.
Yes, that's right. I knew I was forgetting something.
So yeah, we've got, not to discredit the Argentinians, they do also have really strong players here. And like we said, this is a tight match. So we'll be able to comment on the last 4 tracks and potentially the bans through these next few load times, but for now, we're going to be going into Inferno Island, but daytime.
That's right, and then Crash Cove, but nighttime next.
Exactly. So we're seeing the Crash Cove, the track that ripped off Crash Nitro Kart's Inferno Island.
Those rascals.
Alright, we see that... Alright, so we're going to see how the teams go to start off. I think we got a mild desync with Atomic's POV. I think it's fallen a little behind here. But we do see that Atomic actually does get taken out here. We're seeing, it looks like Bros gets a pretty decent breakaway to start off here. Dre getting taken out there by the Coco. That's Atomic there, who's changed to regular Coco here. Looks like Rare getting taken out with a bomb. Dre getting comboed here. Dre just going for infinite here since he just was right by the pads and was unjuiced. Rare getting comboed yet again, so we're seeing a bottom 3 for USA here. This is +7 at the moment for Argentina, but I doubt these positions are going to last long.
Not on Crash Cove.
Yeah, absolutely.
Excuse me, Inferno Island, but daytime.
Yeah, you said it. I don't know what this Crash Cove is. So we see that there's a mask coming through. Dre taking out Fede here. Is he going to take out Awesome? Awesome tries to hug the wall. Doesn't work there as Dre takes him out and then pulls a shield. That bomb somehow doesn't hit Dre and kills Rare behind him. Rare's probably lost his wig now. Does get the squish on Awesome there, so Awesome's going to be falling further behind. So looks like Megumi and Fede are down 7th, 8th, passing up Awesome here. So we're going to see a really close-knit pack in the middle. We're seeing 2, 3, 4 really close to each other. Dre has a shield, but he also has a missile. There is a chance he ends up throwing this once this green shield expires to take out 3rd, but he could just end up holding this spot for now. And no, he does go for the missile hit. Oh, but he had a TNT. Oh, Dre gets an engine in 4th though. We'll see whether he can do anything with this. We see Atomic only has a TNT here. He is holding it, which is interesting. He puts it tight on the first turn here, which Dre's not going to be falling for. This first place is looking completely secure. Dre's going to be going for Pulsewood here. Is he going to be able to catch up? We do see 3rd place with a shield. This could be disastrous for Dre. But Dre hits the bump at the end of the bridge and messes up his Pulsewood, so he doesn't actually get anything from that. So unfortunate for Dre, because he had a really strong chance of actually getting into top 2 there. And I think that's our first power item of the match. We're seeing a clock there from, I believe, Argentina, which takes out Megumi. Does hit Rare, but that's not going to matter as Rare holds 5th place. But Megumi actually manages to come back and hit Awesome here. So we are going to be seeing 7th place for USA there. So yeah, conversely to the other match we saw, this match is having very few power items, I believe. Like, we are only seeing, I believe that was our first power item that we've seen. I'm probably wrong. I'm probably just misremembering.
Not sure. Was there one in Baron? I don't know if you caught that at all.
I didn't catch Baron's race, so we can't comment there. But of the 3 races we've seen, I don't know if we saw any power items.
I don't believe so, no.
Yeah, so that's interesting that last match had about 1,000 power items and this one's had like 1.
I was about to say, interesting contrast here.
All of the RNG went to the other match. Sorry guys, you get canisters. It's been decided.
Yeah, this is a different kind of content.
Now we're seeing a match, how it would go if you didn't have power items.
We've got ridiculous RNG versus ridiculous exploits.
Yeah, exactly. So we do actually have, what, 1, 2, 3... three major Pulsewood tracks. Mystery Caves is a really good one, but not as popular for Pulsewood yet. So technically 4.
Yet.
Get TM trademark. So yeah, you're right. We are going to be seeing some zoomies in this match. So yeah, next race is Crash Cove, but daytime. While we wait for that one, just a couple other tracks that have been picked further on. We do see Cortex Castle will be coming up. This is another one. This was USA's pick, and I can understand the pick from them. I feel like from the times I've played with USA, in particular, I play with Drain Rare a lot, of course. It's a track that USA are generally pretty strong on. I think Argentina aren't too bad on it themselves, but I would put that slightly in US's favor, so I think that pick perfectly makes sense. I think the Nina's pick from Argentina is interesting in my opinion, only because I don't know how well versed either team is in the starting grass compared to each other. I think both teams are good at it, but I don't know which team's better. I would think Argentina, from the times I've played the people that are racing now, I think they can generally get good breaks with the starting grass on Nina's, but I think that it's a very scary pick, because if the other team gets a strong start, they can just run away.
Absolutely. And I know, I believe Rare and Dre are particularly strong on Nina's. I can't speak to the Argentinians, but from previous spectating of those two, I know Nina's is a strong track of theirs.
For sure. So with this match, we do see Rare and Megumi getting the breakaway, mirroring Dingo Canyon here. Though it looks like Megumi gets a huge break, probably from the early SE Pulsewood, I believe we saw. Rare with only a minor break here, with Atomic not too far behind, but he's getting missiled by Bros. So now it's a really good top 2 at the moment, as Bros gets the combo with the shield there. Fede stealing Atomic's great there. So we are seeing a top 4 for USA right now, I believe. Although it looks like Bros gets taken out by a missile from one of the Argentinians here. So we are seeing Bros fall behind, and Dre is by no means safe here. He is very, very close to the pack there. Bros pulsewooding away to victory. We'll see if he can get a nice enough break, but as I said, Dre is in missile range here, so he is probably... Oh, and he loses fire, so this is even worse for him. We'll see if he can fend off the Argentinians here, as he has Fede coming up upon him here. Alongside Awesome, I believe it is. Dre going for slowdown there, and he gets bombed. And we see Bang pulsewooding. So Bang breaks away up to the front, but he actually doesn't catch up to anyone but his teammates there. And we do see a combo there, as Dre gets some missiles on Atomic, who's now in last. Goes for a last-ditch pulsewood there. Tries for the Wampa, but doesn't get it here. We'll see if he chains this engine into the Wampa crate here. Looking up the front, we're not seeing much action. Top 3 for USA, no shields, but they are really far away. So basically, Bang's going to be needing a good engine here if he wants to be catching up, or Atomic's going to need to roll a power item. Atomic is pulsewooding here. Gets an alright one, but Dre takes him out there. So falling back into 8th. Doesn't go for the Wampa here. Likely going to just be using a mask to try and take Dre out. Dre going for the swerving chimp lines here to dodge the mask. No, he's doing a pulsewood there. We'll see, he actually gets a decent one, but he messes it up at the end, so he actually loses pretty much all ground he gained because he messed up there. He does have triple missiles, so if he notices Atomic pulsewooding, he might actually turn around to missile. No, he throws them away. That could be disastrous here. He has no item in Atomic's pulsewooding here. So Atomic might get the breakaway and secure 7th now. Yeah, he gets a second engine, but there's an orb. So Atomic using his engine so that he can have it juiced. And he actually doesn't pulsewood, he just keeps the speed, but he doesn't realize Dre has a mask, takes him out there. So we're seeing a Dre with a second mask and just securing 7th place there. So intense battle between our top 2 POVs. Top 3 for USA. They really didn't have much happen. They kind of just drove. They did their time trial. Megumi, I think, got an early pulsewood, broke away. Rare just drove. Bros got a pulsewood. I think it was lap 2 or 3. So we saw that all three of them broke away. Dre was the only one with a power item. He threw it because his team was so far ahead it didn't matter. But that's an incredibly strong win for USA. I believe that's a plus 13. All right, so we do see that was a plus 13.
Yeah, major in mathematics. That's right.
Yeah, exactly. Elementary school mathematics. Let's go. All right, so 23-point lead now for USA. They're starting to increase the gap. This is kind of a mirror of what we saw last match, where one team got a strong start and then the other team just consistently clapped back every race after. So going into half now, we see the 23-point lead and 109 for USA, 86 for Argentina. We'll see whether this will mirror last match where USA just keep the momentum and win by like 30, or if we're going to see Argentina with the clap back and start pulling the points back.
Looks like we've got a change in wardrobe while we rebuild the lobby. I believe it was Awesome who disconnected at the end there.
Potentially a host change here, because we are at halftime. Alright, so we are loading into Tiger Temple now. So while we wait on that one, we do see some fun tracks to end off. I love that Argentina chose Boogie as their last pick. It's an absolutely chaotic track. I love it because it's so garbage. It is just chaos and gunshots and crying and just jank everywhere. It's so chaotic, and I just think it's I love when I see tracks like that be the deciding factor, because tracks like Jungle Boogie, you never really see a time where you're like, oh, the positions are decided by lap 3. So that's a really hectic one. But race 10 is kind of the opposite. We do see mystery caves. Like I said, there is a pulsewood that more and more people have started doing here from the end section up until the big downhill, which can give you a huge time save if you manage to do it right. But we'll see if that plays a big factor. Mystery caves is one where people can very easily get strong breakaways and potentially have a position set in stone earlier on, especially compared to Tiger Temple. Alright, so we're going to be starting Tiger Temple here. So we see Atomic goes tight here with Bang. Looks like a couple of our POVs go wide for USA. Both of them get masks. They're just masking through here. Dre hitting the wall though. He does get fire early on. He could go for content cut. Oh, but he misses. He just jumps into the corner. Oh, Dre, that's so unfortunate. If he had have gotten that cut, that would have been fantastic and could have gotten him an early lead. But he does miss it there. Gets a missile for Fede though. So he's rewarded by killing Fede. Although unfortunately it looks like top 2 for Argentina have got a nice break. Bros is on top of them, but it is currently 2v1. So we'll see if they can do anything to stop Bros here. Bros is very likely to go for the cut here, I would say. We'll see if he manages it or if he's just going to stay safe. He takes out the Coco, but it looks like they trade. And we're seeing Atomic with the massive breakaway now. We see Rare in 5th place here, now 6th place actually, as someone does the content cut. Looks like it was Megumi. So it's a really tight-knit pack. Fede's in the back by a little bit, but can easily come back from that distance with masks. Atomic is really far ahead, but he could be caught up to with a couple content cuts here. We are seeing the Porter getting taken out there, falling behind as well. Megumi also dying there. So we're seeing a few position changes here as Dre goes for content cut and messes it up again. That's so unfortunate for Dre there. So Dre's been trying for the cut, just not getting it, and it really has been punishing for him here. We see Fede's come up into 5th place with masks. Dre has a bomb for him. Is he going to get the bomb hit? He does. So poor Fede can't get past Dre specifically. So we see Rare in 4th. He is just on his own here, not really near anyone. Manages to dodge those 2 beakers by going where the fire usually is, so Good timing there on the fire for him as Dre tries the same and gets spun out. Going into final lap, we see that Atomic has a very, very comfortable lead here in first. Burrows for USA in second place here. Somewhat decent lead on third place Coco there, which I don't know who that is, but we do see it's Argentina. Rare in fourth place there. Followed up by what looks like Fede in... No. It looks like it's Megumi Dre 5-6 here with Argentina bottom 2. So I believe this is plus 1 point for USA with these positions, but we are seeing an orb. Megumi has a mask and goes for content cut, so he dodges, but we do see Dre gets taken out. Looks like it won't be enough, and it doesn't actually change anything, as we see Rare gets hit, but he's so close to the line, his position doesn't change. Alright, so finishing off the race here, so we do see the, it looks like it was Foxhound subbing in, which was the character change here. Subbing in for Awesome, I believe.
That's right.
Yeah, so, I believe, as I said, I think that's a 1 point win. That might be a 1 point win for Argentina. We will see. I may have had that wrong initially. Let's double check these positions.
I believe it was 1 and 3 and bottom 2 for Argentina.
That would mean, that would mean a 1 point win for USA. Let's have a look. Bang. 6. Let's see how we go. So yeah, it's really good that they managed to hold on to first place, Argentina, because this meant that, yeah, it was only a 1 point win.
Yeah, definitely stemming the bleeding a little bit, but they'll have to keep doing that even to a greater extent if they want to bridge the gap here, which has gotten pretty sizable. You know, still, 4 races left, but a lot of ground to make up.
Yeah, for sure. They're gonna need like +7s, roughly, which would be around 2, 3, 4, 5, if they want to be in this to win from here on out. So really, USA are going to be needing to hold first place. If they can just hold first, it's going to be incredibly hard for Argentina to come back, because if USA manage to get a first place breakaway, Argentina pretty much can't drop a single position. Otherwise, they're going to start losing more points than they need to be able to gain. So it's a scary moment for Argentina, as there's only 4 races left, but if they can manage to get even just one good race here, then we could be brought back to a single-digit difference. So yeah, we will be loading into Cortex Castle now. So as I said, this is a track I can see going either way. I think it's slightly in USA's favor, in my opinion. But we'll definitely see how it goes. Oh, Dragon Mines. This is the weirdest looking Cortex Castle I've ever seen.
Oh.
I'm guessing they had a mistake on the draft.
Okay.
Because yeah, our draft does not have Dragon Mines. Alright, this is... Okay, we're looking at Cortex Castle here, guys. Cortex Castle with mine carts.
Yeah. Beanox just recently updated the track. You know, Halloween spooky. You know,
yeah, this is Spooky Castle. Alright, so we see Dre got absolutely annihilated early on there by like 3 missiles. We see Megumi also getting taken out, as does Foxhounder. Dre, it looks like he's going to come through with a mask here. Team kills Bros, but we'll see if he can catch up to Atomic here. And yeah, he does. He takes out Atomic. Is he going to be able to take out 2-3 for Argentina? He doesn't yet. We'll see if he can beat Fede, but he doesn't. Atomic getting masked by Bros now, so we're seeing bottom 2 for Argentina. And Rare with the massive breakaway in first, which is exactly what USA need to make this difficult for Argentina, because now Argentina pretty much need to get Bros and Dre out of those 2 spots if they want to be in this still. They are still close behind, and Bros did get taken out, but we see Dre just casually rolls a 5th place mask, and so he's going to be able to come up here and take out 2-3. No, Fox gets a shield, so Fox is going to be in this still, but Fede's in trouble. Fede tries to dodge, but gets taken out. So Dre with the deft movements there to take out Fede. Fede's going to have to try and combo and ankle bite Bros, but no, it's the other way around. Bros takes out Fede. Fede's going around the shortcut. Looks like Megumi's going to take it and catch right up there. Atomic getting comboed, but we're seeing quite a few people get taken out here. Dre in second with a shield, so top two are looking really comfortable. Rare doesn't have a shield, but he is literally a lap ahead, so I don't think he has anything to worry about. Alright, so we're heading into the final lap from our top perspectives here. So we're seeing USA with 1-2. We're seeing 1-2-3 as Megumi catches up and takes Foxhounder out. So then we're seeing Bros actually coming out into fourth place. So we're currently seeing a top 4 for USA. But no, we're seeing an orb come out to take out Bros. It's unjuiced here. Looks like it's going to take Dre's shield, but that's not going to matter with the distance. The main thing with that orb is that it took out Bros. And looks like the orb comes back through. That's actually disastrous. It came back through, took everyone out. But actually that worked out for Argentina. It managed to take out all of the bottom 4. However, Fede managed to break away, and then they managed to hit Bros again to push him down to 8th. So this is still really bad for Argentina. They did lose this by 11. So they're going to be down like 35, meaning they're needing more than top 3s now to win.
Yeah, just a little bit of an uphill decline. Top 3s, next 3 races in a row, easy. That's free. That's what the CTR community calls free.
Just casually get top 3, lol. I don't see why they don't just get the positions. Alright, so, as I said, it's a 35-point difference here. 154 for USA, 119 for Argentina. So we did see this matchup in seeding. I can't remember exactly which week it was. It was probably week 3 or 4. We saw USA versus Argentina, and USA did come out on top. I did mention that there have been like unranked or like not World Cup wars, I should say, where Argentina have beaten USA. But so far in the World Cup, USA have been consistently beating Argentina. And so we'll see exactly how this plays out from here on. Still winnable for Argentina, but they just definitely have such huge ground to make up now.
And I see that our other competitive hub Twitch channel just rated. That means the other match, Mexico versus Italy, is finished. I'll pull it up here. We have Mexico beating Italy 207 to 183.
That's a very decisive win for Mexico there. They're in a very tough group. And so them getting that win really helps them secure some much needed wins here to try and advance. I believe they're in the same group as the Germany-Peru match we just saw.
Mm-hmm.
So,
which, anyone just joining us, we covered the Peru-Germany match earlier, to which Peru overtook Germany 208 to 182. Pretty similar score.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, and I think that was a very decisive match for Peru. So
absolutely. So
I'm thinking this match here, Argentina-USA, it's looking like USA is going to win it. But as I said, I'm not counting Argentina out. I think they can come back from this, but it's going to be very difficult. USA are bringing their A game, if not their like A+ game. They've been playing very well today. We're seeing minimal team kills, fantastic communication, and just good item plays in general. So Argentina have an uphill battle, especially with the Ninas coming up. So I'm just curious how this is going to go.
Yeah. And that's the real interesting thing about World Cup, is that no one team is really, above and beyond any other team.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so looking at the start, we do see, looks like 3 people broke away, Bros and 2 Argentinians. Bros actually Beaker's Atomic there. Looks like Bang gets a small breakaway, but it's not too massive as Bros is close behind. Looks like Bros gets taken out, and Foxhounder comes up into second place here. We do see Rare not far behind, but he only has a single bomb and it's not juiced. But he manages to use it to take out Atomic over the pad. That's disastrous for Argentina. Argentina losing quite a few spots to that there. We do see bottom 2 are quite far behind here. So Atomic's going to be holding 6th place here. Looking up to the top, Dre tried to go for some fast grass there, and he hit the fence and lost fire. He's only going to be passed up by his teammate, but that's much needed time for Atomic to catch back up to him, as we see Atomic gets a really nice speed ghost there. So we see that Atomic's going to be gaining a lot of ground on Dre, so he's probably going to be needing to step up his grasses here if he doesn't want to get caught up to. We're seeing an orb come out from the back here, takes Atomic out before the fence here, it looks like. We'll see what the orb does past this. So we do see Dre is now back down in 5th here with Bros. Looks like the orb takes out Bang, I believe. And so now we see Rare and Foxhound on top of each other here. They trade. So this actually means that Bang is not out of it now because all 3 of the top 3 have no fire and Bros is fast approaching. Rare is in a sandwich of Argentinians, so we'll see whether they can take him out here, but Rare's got his classic shield, manages to tackle Bang with one. Really nice job by Rare there. However, this has let Foxhound get a bit of a breakaway here. Bros is close behind in 3rd place, but we do see Fox is just decently far away without some good speed ghosts here. She's going to have this lead. Bros with a shield in 3rd here. Dre in 4th place here. Getting a decent speed ghost, but we do see the second end of the grass is trapped. Megumi coming up in 7th, but Megumi does have a mask here, going to try and take Atomic out, and he does successfully get the hit. Fede in 8th as well, so we're seeing a bottom 2 for Argentina. They do have the first, but this is not enough to get a win. Looking like we're seeing a +5 for USA with these current positions here. We're seeing 2-3 with shields here. Bros just lost his shield, which probably means Fox doesn't have one as she is trapping. But she lost. Did she lose fire or did she not get a good speed ghost there? Either way, she's been caught up to by Bros. If Bros gets missiles, he could potentially take her out here, but looks like he's not rolling them. Fox really needing to get Bros off her back here if she wants to hold this first. Bros trying desperately for the bomb snipes, barely missing them. Looks like he rolled triple bombs in 2nd, and he gets the 3rd one. That's absolutely clutch for USA as Rare gets the combo with the shield there. Allows Dre to catch up and combo as well. Are we going to see a top 4 from USA here? I think we are, unless Fox can get the ankle bite here. And there's an orb thrown by Argentina, but it's just too late as Megumi passes up and gets the 4th place spot there. So we do see 1, 2, 3, 4 USA, 5, 6, 7, 8 Argentina. Really unfortunate for Foxhound there that Bros rolled triple bombs in 2nd. Managed to get plenty of opportunities to take her out there with a really nice snipe after blue fire.
Yeah, if there's any team in the World Cup that's a treat to watch, it's always Team USA. They're definitely a tight-knit group, so, communications is almost always spot on, and, you just get magnificent stuff like that where, let's say you feel comfortable in a position, you bat an eye and they're right on your tail.
For sure. And I definitely think the POVs we have the key, really key front runner in Rare here, who also does play a bit of mid sometimes. He's a decently versatile player, but definitely good with this front running. And then we have the Drewind, who is just, as you mentioned earlier on, the menace of the Americas that everyone molds to because he is just insane with his items and he loves his masks and his bombs. So, got some fun POVs here from our teams here, but we do see a 54-point lead for USA currently with that top 4. Unfortunately for Argentina, this does mean they secure they cannot win from this point, I should say. USA secured the win, so very good job by USA for getting the win by race 8. So now it is up to Argentina to try and pull back the point difference to be as small as possible because the final qualifying team could come down to the point difference. So
absolutely. And
bit of a scary thought.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Still waiting on results from, I believe it's Costa Rica and Latin America. They must be playing, I'm sure. We'll try and see if those results come in by the time this match finishes, but yeah, definitely an unusual schedule.
if the results don't come in time, if you're not in a Discord already, make sure you join it. In the World Cup section, we do have the World Cup results channel, and you can always check the results there. And if not that, we do have the leaderboard tables, which show all the matches. I will try and post that in chat for you now. You can always check this link, and you'll be able to see all matches, and that'll be updated as staff see the match results. But yeah, we are going into Jungle Boogie, Yongale Boogie. So we'll see which team Hank's blessed.
I don't even know what to say about this track. It's just a meme. Like, you can't even... there's no strategy.
Yeah, I mean, we see Dre slow down there. He does get an engine. Not that vital on this track. You really want the early mask, which we do see someone get here. I did miss who it was. Looks like it was Megumi, potentially. Dre getting his own mask, taking out Foxhounded there. So we're seeing Megumi in first there as he takes out Atomic with a bomb. Fede coming up into second place here. Dre getting beaked by Fede. So top two have a breakaway now. We see absolute carnage in the back there. We do see someone there with a mask coming up through the pack there. I believe that might have been one of the Argentinians, or it was Bros. We do see Rare throwing back bombs here as he is in second place. Fede has fallen into the pack there. Unjuiced Orb. Rare dodges it there. Bit of a scary dodge there. Megumi had a shield for it though, but that Orb did help Argentina come into 3, 4, 5, 6, sorry. We're seeing two of the Argentinians go around the shortcut there. I don't know if they've got an item and they're planning something. But it looked like they went wide there from what I could tell. We see Dre with a mask here in the middle of a pack. He does get Fede. He does get Bang. He loses fire for it though, but that doesn't matter because he has got top 4 now and he's holding a mask in 4th place here. So even if the Argentinians catch up or get an orb, Dre can mask a way to get away or slow down and hit them all. We do see an orb here, so Dre throws the mask on, even though it's unjuiced, just to make sure he dodges. Looks like Megumi didn't have a shield for this one, but gets hit right before a turbo pad, so not really going to be losing too much time here, as Rare rolls a second shield alongside Bros, who is also protected again.
Rare
so this is looking...
God.
Yeah, he's blessing his team right now. So this is looking terrible for Argentina as they go into lap 5. We do see top 4 for USA, bottom 4 for Argentina. Not just bottom 4, but we do see that I believe it's Bang and Foxhound are pretty far behind. They're not going to be able to catch up at all here. We do see Fede and the other Coco, Atomic, having a chance, but they don't get anything in their shields. So we're going to be seeing another top 4 from USA here. So another really strong showing by USA there, though. But unfortunately for Argentina, that was a really rough race. 2 rough races in a row.
Yeah, as I said,
Right.
there aren't any words when it comes to Boogie.
Boogie just happens. It's just the race that occurs. It was a great one to watch. It was hectic. It just really didn't work out in Argentina's favor there. So that was just really unfortunate for them. But as I said, we did see some really good plays there by USA. A couple key bomb hits there. There was a good... it was good for Megumi that he had a shield for that first power item. Otherwise, he probably would have been caught up to, I think, from what I saw. Argentina throwing the second orb unjuiced. Probably fine. I think it was thrown from the back, but the problem is that they had other shields and they were able to dodge, no worries. I think what really sealed it there, Dre getting 2 masks, using one to get up into 4th, and then just using the other one in 4th to run away. He really did a number on the Argentinian team. He took out, I think, 2 or 3 of them, and then just ran away with his mask. And then they tried to counter, and he just masked away. So, typical Dre fashion.
Yeah. And one thing to note so far, depends how the Argentinians do on Mystery Caves here. But so far, this is on par with the most commanding matchup that we've had so far this week, which was Saudi Arabia and Japan, on which there was, I believe, a 74-point gap. And right now we're at 73, so it's up to Argentina to, try and place above that at least.
Yeah, absolutely. So we saw the results for that match were 232 Saudi Arabia, 158 for Japan. So you're right. We'll see if this is a another catastrophic, another massive win, I should say, or Argentina going to clap back with their own top four and bring the point gap back down to the 50s.
Time will
So
tell.
race 10 is Mystery Caves, and it's not as chaotic as Jungle Boogie usually, but it's still a track where a lot can happen. So we'll see exactly how this race goes. Excited to see what kind of item plays and zoomies are done here, if any. All right, starting off, we'll see who goes tight here. Looks like we're seeing most of our POVs going fast. Rose goes wide. He's the only one, I believe, going wide there for an item. We'll see if he gets anything good. We see Bomb from Atomic takes out Megumi, but he gets beaked. Takes out Megumi again. Goes for the third bomb. Looks like he landed it, so Megumi falls behind at the start, but this is early on. He can easily come back from this as Fox gets taken out and falls into 8th here. Dre getting taken out there right off of fire, so he's going to have really slow fire and going to drop a lot of positions here. Does get a mask here, so he is going to be able to dodge this missile. So we're seeing top 3 currently for Argentina. They have changed characters again. They are still using Cocos, but I don't know who's who other than Fede and Atomic in 2-3 there, I should say. So 1-2-3 for Argentina, followed up by what looks like 4-5-6-7 for USA, and then a last place for Argentina. But Rare gets taken out by a TNT, so Fox is going to be able to catch right up here. So Fox and Rare now on top of each other in the back there. Dre goes for some back bombs to take Fox out, but he does miss so far. We'll see if he can get one here. He does. His third bomb hits. So that was a really nice hit by Dre there, which actually made Fox... I don't know if she kept fire. So she's going to be falling further behind unless she can roll a mask or something to catch back up to Rare. Rare does have an engine, but he is going to go for the Pulsewood. Let's see if he can do it here. If he gets a good Pulsewood here, this could really hurt Fox, who's going to be falling really far behind. He does have to watch out for the turtles here. They can be the end of your Pulsewood here. But instead, he hits a bump in the road. And for anyone not aware, getting the airtime like that really can spell disaster for you with your Pulsewood there. So unfortunate for Rare. But he did manage to get a small amount of time over Fox here, as we do see she is a little further away. So we look at the top, we see that 1st through 5th are incredibly close together. Dre in 6th isn't too far behind. He's going to throw his shield and probably try and Pulsewood up to them here. Let's see if he can get a good one. We'll see if he can do a better job than Rare here. He's going to be going fast here. Is he going to catch up? Is he going to hit the same bump? No, he barely misses it as Atomic gets masked in 3rd by Megumi. Dre, I don't know if he cancelled the Pulsewood or messed it up at the end there, but he had a canister to recover really quickly there, so he did actually gain ground with that Pulsewood. Looks like 1st place is getting a little breakaway there. Megumi coming up into 2nd as Dre gets a 6th place mask. Bros looks like he got taken out there as Fox throws an orb. Dre's mask going to protect him here. Looks like Fede got taken out. Looks like Atomic got taken out. So that orb by Fox was interesting there because it looks like it hurt Argentina more than it helped. Because now we're seeing 2-3-4 for USA, which is winning positions. So we see Fox and Bros really far in the back there. That could determine whether this is a +1 or a +3 for USA, depending who wins that encounter. We do see 1st place gets caught right up to. I don't know if they lost fire from the orb or just reserves, but Megumi passes them here. We'll see whether, I believe it's Bang can do anything. Looks like Bang does take out Megumi, but then they trade, and so Dre gets the shield tackle, pushing Bang all the way down. Looks like Bang's not even in top 4 anymore. So now we're seeing a top 3 for USA as a final finish here with Atomic in 4th, but there's an orb. That orb could spell disaster for them, but we do see Fede holds 4th place, and it looks like Atomic's going to be getting 5th here. So we see incredibly commanding finish by USA there. Top 4, top 4, top 3 to finish off there. Argentina did their best, but we saw a really fierce effort by USA, who, as I said, they were bringing their A+ game that match. They really did a commanding job there to win here, getting an absolutely massive win. Props to Argentina, doing their absolute best to hold it out. They kept it close for the first half, but we did see it really pulled out as we got later into the match, especially those last 4 races. Cortex Castle onwards, really was a strong showing by USA. And if we look at the points here, we see that the match finished with an 84-point difference, which is the, I believe that is the biggest difference we've seen. So this for the group stages, sorry. 237 for USA, 153 for Argentina. So as I said, 84-point difference with an incredibly strong win for USA here. So GG's to both teams. Really well done. Fantastic play by USA, managing to get such a strong win against such a good team such as Argentina. GG's to Argentina for getting such a good, doing their absolute best. They did get some really good item plays there, but unfortunately it wasn't enough going up against a powerhouse such as USA.
Yeah, and as I said earlier, even if you think you have a lead on them or you have some kind of advantage, they're definitely difficult to keep down. They'll come right back on your heels, in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, and I think one thing that we actually did see, at least on Mystery and a few others, was that they really needed those high positions consistently in the second half, but picking tracks such as Inferno Island but daytime, Crash Cove but nighttime, Mystery Caves, it really meant that, like on Mystery Caves, we saw Dre and Rare getting knocked back, but they just pulse it away from the bottom players, and then they managed to get up and get good spots. And so it really does make you wonder whether those were correct picks to be playing USA on.
Mm-hmm.
I did comment at the start of the match, it was an interesting pick that I was keen to see Argentina do their best to do, but looks like it did work out in USA's favor there.
Absolutely.
So